If you have goals that you're trying to hit or you have some milestones that you are trying to reach, there are some basic fundamentals that you need to know. And it is my goal for you to dream big and take action, but it all starts with some commitments that every dreamer has to make on their own. So that's why in this conversation, we are just going to be talking about 3 commitments for every dreamer. Welcome to the Dream Lifestyle Podcast. I'm very grateful to have you here today as we talk about 3 commitments every dreamer must make. And it's seeing as though this is the 101st, episode 101 of this podcast, it felt appropriate just to get back to the basics of what we need in order to achieve success. Just what are the basic tools, basic knowledge, basic insight that each and every one of us need in order to accomplish our biggest goals, in order for us to improve our quality of life, in order for us to impact the world the way we desire to. And this is big and important for us because so many of us overthink our process to success. We overthink the decisions that we need to make instead of just relying on the basics, relying on the fundamentals. And in this conversation, we're just going to be talking about the 3 commitments that each and every one of us has to make, which are very important. Each and every one of us needs. So this conversation is really more of a mental focus. It's more of a mentality, mindset focused conversation, just because these commitments are commitments that are, commitments you need to make to yourself. These are commitments that you need to have a conversation with yourself, whether it be in your room, in your car, in the bathroom, wherever you have the conversation. But you need to really have these commitments down, because when you have these commitments down, it does not matter what situation you face. It does not matter what challenge is in front of you. It does not matter what risk you may or may not take. These commitments will help you go to the next level. These commitments will help you achieve and move closer to your dream lifestyle. So the first commitment that every dreamer must make is we have to have a commitment to our purpose. And in order for us to even commit to our purpose, we first have to discover what our purpose is. And if you're someone and you're listening to me and you're like, well, Trevon, I'm not really sure what my purpose is, I can tell you, number one, that it is at the intersection point of what you're really good at versus what you like to do. And it's at that intersection point. There is a sweet spot in there where your purpose lies, where your purpose lives. And once you actually take time, and again, this takes intentional time with self to really just figure it out. And this is something that you should write down. Write down what you think your purpose is, because as you look to discover your purpose, you're going to start seeing different opportunities in your life present themselves to really walk into it. Another way in which you can really discover your purpose is by just taking stock and taking notice of what actually bothers you when it comes to life. What are some problems that you see that you want to fix? What are some issues in society, issues in your family, issues in your own life that you're like, no, there seems to be a common thread between all of this and I want to fix it? For me, it was just the fact that there are so many people who have goals, who have things that they want to accomplish, who have amazing things, amazing milestone, life-changing, generation-changing ideas, but they haven't really executed on them. That to me bothered me. And because I started looking at what I was good at versus what I just like to do, I found myself being in this space. Now, I'm not saying that you will end up in the same space as me, but the key here is just taking the intentional time to actually just figure out what is my purpose, actually being intentional of discovering purpose. And that leads us to the next point in terms of having a commitment to purpose is really pursuing it. Understand that your first go round of trying to think about, okay, what am I naturally good at versus what do I like to do? You're probably not going to land exactly on your full blown written out purpose, but it is something that you need to pursue. It is something that you can't just let it go by the wayside and just hopefully it'll come to you in an epiphany or God's just going to bring it to you in a dream. Now, he can, but you need to pursue your purpose. You need to actually be intentional and intentively trying to find opportunities to walk in your purpose. Because when you are intentionally looking for your purpose, you will find yourself just living your life way more fulfilled. And when you find those opportunities for fulfillment, the process to achieve your goals becomes a lot easier. But it does start with that commitment. And once you've lived and walked your life in a way where you are always trying to do things that fulfill you, you're always looking to do things that just make you feel happy. You don't need a dime to do them, but you just enjoy doing it. You enjoy talking to people. You enjoy helping people. You enjoy motivating people. Whatever it is, that is when you bring yourself one step closer to really having a commitment to it. Now, another note that's very important when we think about purpose is that your purpose has nothing to do with you. Hear me. Your purpose has absolutely nothing to do with you, but it has everything to do with everyone around you. Because when you walk in your purpose and you do walk fulfilled, other people do get blessed. Other people are impacted by you living in a way that fulfills you. So here's what I mean. When I walk in my purpose, I'm not the only beneficiary. I'm not the only benefitor of my walk. I am living my life in a way that is helping other people breathe easier. I'm living my life in a way that is improving the lives of not just myself, but the lives of others. And that's another way in which you can really figure out, okay, what is my purpose? What am I doing? What can I do to improve the lives of other people? And again, this can be, you can think about this on a massive scale in terms of globally. You can think about this on a more local level. You can think about this on a community level. You can think about this on a family level, a friend's level, whatever it is. But be clear that whatever purpose you land on, whatever purpose you've tried to figure out as you intentionally try to pursue it, the beneficiary of the execution of that purpose, of that action, whatever it is that fulfills you, that just makes you feel good, is going to be other people. Because you don't want to live a selfish life. You as a dreamer, you as a goal getter, a goal setter, right? A high achiever, high performer, you aren't just doing all of this just so that way you can have the white picket fence and the quote unquote dream. You're doing this so that way you can change the lives of other people. And that's why purpose is so important. That's why you have to gain clarity around that purpose. So that way, when you do get that clarity, you can really commit to walking in your purpose. And when you walk in that purpose and you're really committed to it, it does not matter what you face. It does not matter what situation you're in. It doesn't matter what you don't have, what resources you may or may not have. You understand, I will walk in my purpose no matter the situation. Whatever decision I have, I'm always going to choose the option that serves my purpose. I'm always going to choose the option that has me fulfilled and benefits others. That is how you make your commitment to purpose. That's what it looks like to really have a commitment to purpose. Really committing yourself that every decision that I make is going to be a purposeful one. I'm not going to make one that's profit driven. I'm not going to make decisions that are selfish. I'm going to make decisions that are purpose driven. And this is important for us as dreamers because there are a lot of situations that we can find ourselves in where we get too analytical when it comes to whatever it is that we're looking to achieve. Whether you're in the corporate space or you're in entrepreneurship, understand you need to have a commitment to purpose in order to achieve whatever it is that you're looking to achieve. Now, once you have this commitment to purpose, the next level of that is you need to have a commitment to vision. You need to have a commitment to vision. Now, this is where we get more strategic. Now, your purpose, that is something that is just on the inside. That is an internal piece. That's an internal fulfillment that does work. But the vision piece is where, okay, you basically are asking yourself, how do I cause this internal fulfilling feeling? How does that manifest itself? How does that show itself to the world around me? Now, again, practically, this just looks like having a success strategy. This looks like very basic goal setting. But when you set these goals and you are creating the success strategy, you are doing that in order to fulfill a vision. You are painting a picture for what you want your success, what you want your achievement to look like. And so many of us, we have an idea of what our purpose is. We're pursuing it every single day, but we have no vision. You need to have a vision for your life. You need to have a vision for whatever it is you are looking to achieve. And that's why it's so important for each and every one of us to have success models, to have collaborators, and to even have apprentices so that way we can always look forward towards the vision that we are looking to create. And there's too many of us. There's too many of us who are stuck in purpose, but we have no vision. And that's why you need to be aware of who is around you. You need to be aware of what you're paying attention to. Pay attention to people and things, media, on social media, whatever, that is leading you and is helping you build and paint a picture for your life that's positive, that's painting a picture for your life that has you walking in your vision and walking in your purpose, I should say. Because again, that's I'm big on it's your dream and your goal. That's only an achievement. That's only a position. That's only a title. I want you to live your life in a way where you're happy with your overall lifestyle, where you're happy with just the way that you feel every single day you wake up. And the only way you do that is by having a vision. And when you create that vision simply by getting around people who are doing whatever it is that you want to do, who are doing it at a level that you want to do it at, and then you set your goals accordingly. So that way you have a clear picture of, this is what I want my life to look like. This is what I want to be doing. This is what how I want to feel every single day I wake up. And the way in which you're able to do that is by creating the vision. Then once you create that vision, then you're able to really commit to it, saying, regardless of where I am in my journey, whether I take 10 steps forward, even if I take 10 steps backwards, this is the vision that I am committing to. This is the vision that I believe will fulfill my purpose. Now, again, be warned, don't be married to your vision. You don't want to be married to your vision, because God may give you a reason to pivot. He may command you to pivot. He may tell you to pick up everything that you own and go to a land for which I'll show you. So you want to be walking in obedience, but you want to, at least at every stage, at any point in your life, simply just have a vision. Have a vision for what you want your family to look like. Have a vision for what you want your finances to look like. Have a vision for what you want your relationships to look like. Have a vision for what you want your career to look like. Whatever it is, you can be as specific as you want to be, or you can be as broad as you want to be. I'm always err on the side of just being specific, but you need to just make sure that you're always working towards something, that you are looking to achieve something. And that's where your goals come into play. But you really want to have a commitment to a vision, a commitment to doing something that is bigger than you, which is the purpose, but you're fulfilling that purpose in a way which is the vision. Listen, are you doing everything you said you were going to do at the beginning of this year? If you are, great. If you're not, listen, it's okay. I just want to take a moment and invite you to join the wait list for the upcoming symposium, where you're going to grow, you're going to set goals, and you're going to strategize for success. Now listen, all it is a wait list. It's totally free. There's no money involved. All you have to do is click the link in the description below. Go ahead and do that now, and then let's get back to the episode. Now, once we have our commitment to purpose, once we have our commitment to vision, we now need to have a commitment to get better. What does this mean? Having a commitment to get better basically means I will take full responsibility over my ability and my capacity to achieve my vision and purpose. And in order for me to do that, I have to commit myself to always getting better. I always say life gets better when you get better. That is a true statement. That is something that will remain true whether you're feeling up or you're feeling down. That is a statement that remains true whether things are going well or things aren't going so well. When you decide and make a commitment to get better, your life will change as a result of your intentionality to improve. And in order for us to do that, we need to commit ourselves to having good habits. We need to commit ourselves to learning new skills, learning more information, and simply performing better, doing whatever we need to do to perform. Because while you may be clear on your purpose, while you may have a vision, if you don't have the capacity to sustain it, you're never going to achieve it. If you don't have the skills necessary to even get yourself in the room, you're never going to fully be able to take advantage of any opportunity that can come your way. So while we have our commitment to purpose and we have our commitment to vision, this commitment to simply get better simply says, no matter what situation I'm in, no matter what I may be facing, no matter what challenge may be in front of me, I'm going to get better. And this is where faith comes into play, because when we understand that any trial that we face is only going to help us with our endurance, which will only build our character, and it's also going to help perfect our faith, understand everything that you will face, obstacle or milestone that you hit, whatever it is, you will get better, but you have to view it that way. You have to approach hardships and trials and challenges in a way where you have the perspective of, okay, how can I get better in this situation? I'm frustrated, but how can I get better? I'm annoyed, but how can I get better? I'm heartbroken, but how can I get better? No matter what you may be feeling, you need to have a commitment to get better, because when you get better, your life will get better. Your situation will change. And that is a commitment that each and every one of us must make as a dreamer, so that we can achieve all that we hope to achieve, so that way we can impact as many people as we desire to impact. Now, again, these are things that are all mental. This is a mentality that you need to have, that, you may be in a situation right now where you are stuck in analysis paralysis. You may be stuck in a situation where, you feel yourself not taking action because of fear. You may be in a situation where you just are uncertain. You don't know how things are going to go. Well, I would just encourage you to recommit yourself to these three things. Recommit yourself to your purpose. Recommit yourself to your vision, and recommit yourself to get better. And if you have to revisit these things, then do it. It's okay. This isn't a set it and forget it type of thing. These are things that I would suggest you revisit every year. These are things that I would suggest that you have visible to you, so that way you can see them consistently. Because again, we need those reminders. We need to be putting our dreams, we need to be putting our goals in front of us every single day, so that way we know why we are doing what we are doing. Because with these three commitments, we'll be fulfilled, we'll know where we're going, and we're going to really enjoy the process to get there. And so with those three things, understand that these commitments will take you all the way to achieving your goals, and even to the next one and the next one and the next one after that. These are three commitments that you are going to need in any situation, in any position. So I hope that this was helpful to you, because even just as I was putting this together, it certainly had me rethinking some things. So I believe that it will do the same for you. And all I'm going to ask you to do is two things. Number one, I'm going to ask you to download the growth guide that is in the description. The link is below. And secondly, I'm going to ask you to share this with someone that you know. Share this with another dreamer. Share this with a friend, a family member, a coworker. Share this with someone, so that way they also can know what they need to be committed to in order to achieve their biggest goals. Now, I really do appreciate you. I really do appreciate your support on this podcast. And we're going to continue to keep this thing going, because next week I'm going to be sharing with you the second part, where we're just covering the basics of success. We're covering just the basics of what every single person needs in order to achieve success. So as you prepare for next week's episode, be sure to check out last week's episode. Remember, life gets better when you get better.